We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here's a 6-year man, Austin Ekeler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Chargers at 8-4 now in the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll get this out wide to Ekeler. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Running on first down, Ekeler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offense work right now for them.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Will give this one to Ekeler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. It's Ekeler again, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on fourth down. Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Hey, 1, 2, 6, 7.
Ready? 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. The playoff picture starting to come into focus. We'll keep you updated on that one as we go along and the other scores from around the league. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
49 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Hey, check nigga.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. Watch it. 6. Smash. Ready. Hey, smash. Ready.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Herbert now. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This is caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Chargers 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 50 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Open man downfield is Cook. He's got him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Once more, here's Eckler. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Hopkins' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Play action, now it's Tua. He sets to fire deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon me?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check right. Strike. Check strike.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Run the ball.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Green. Ultra. 10 cycles. Hey, no feeling.
fake the handoff. Now Tua. Looking deep downfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Eckler, they run left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Here we go.
Still 15 yards to go. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They're going deep for Hill. They got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
And some room to work. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
On second down, Eckler. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And complete, right side to Cook. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll leave them with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Touchdown, Chargers! Jared Cook, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Black Ultra. Hey.
In motion, Hill.
You, yellow. Stand.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Let's go.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Blue striker. Check man.
Now Waddle on the jet sweep. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3rd and 5. This crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On the double. Miller. Going right.
Tua on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Ready, set.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Right blue.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
10 yards to go.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position, and even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Well, for an inside linebacker, I think you'd agree when I say that he is fast to the football, and he proved that thesis correct on that last play.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First and goal. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Back-to-back catches here for Carter.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Chargers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. We're hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
We'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, yep.
And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these Mara can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Tua to throw.
And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Tua.
They're going deep for Hill.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
That was an excellent come from behind victory, Charles, especially there.